The Sonic Movie 3 comes out on digital today, so I figure it would be the perfect time to actually make my review of the movie. I've seen it 4 times at this point, 1 time with my family, 1 time with my girlfriend, 1 time with my friends from church, and 1 time with my friends from school. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not get tired of it at all. I loved it every single time. If you somehow haven't seen it yet, I am gonna have a few spoilers, but I'm not gonna go into the plot that deep. The first thing I noticed about this movie is just how many references there are to the games, and even the earlier movies in the series. I really like that because it makes it feel so much more in-depth and really more of a Sonic movie. That's the one thing I noticed when I watched the second movie when it came out, is that it feels so much more Sonic than the first, and this one keeps doing that and makes it even more Sonic. And I feel like the 4th movie is going to do that even more, especially if they actually go into one of the Sonic locations. Obviously the main attraction in this movie is Shadow, and yeah, he's amazing. Keanu does a great performance as him, and he's really accurate to the way he is in the games. He's not one-to-one, but his design is incredible, his characterization is perfect, and even his backstory is just as sad as it was in Sonic Adventure 2. Throughout the movie, a lot of times you see Shadow, it plays the motif for Live and Learn, and even Maria plays it on her guitar in the beginning of the movie, which is such a nice reference, and it eventually leads up to the best scene in the whole movie, and honestly, my favorite scene in any movie, where Super Sonic and Super Shadow team up to fight a bunch of gun robots, and they play the original Live and Learn. Before that scene, there was another incredible scene, where Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight, and this is the first fight scene of the two of them that we've had since Sonic X, which is kind of crazy to think about, and it's incredible. I know I'm kind of going all over the place here, and none of the stuff I'm talking about is in order, but I love the Shadow chase sequence when he has the motorcycle and Sonic's running after him, especially in the scene where they're climbing up the tower. It's incredible. I also love the giant crab Eggman and Stone use. It's a great design, and I really hope that we get some more like it in the next movie, whether or not Eggman's actually in that movie. Tom and Maddie aren't in this movie that much, which I actually like because it gives more time for Sonic and his friends instead of like a 30-minute wedding scene again. But I do love the scenes they're in, especially the scene where Tom almost dies. It's a really sad scene. I love Gerald in general in this movie. He's not my favorite character or anything, but I do think he's funny and he works as a really good villain. It's really interesting to see him, especially because previously we never really met him before this movie, except in Shadow Generations, which also came out this year. So it's really nice to see a take on him, especially how he would act after Maria died. Is this exactly like how he would act in the game? No, but he's still a really good character, and I love the scenes with him. Even if I didn't like their final fight scene, I love the dance scene. I think it was hilarious, and it got better with every watch. I love the music they use too in this movie, because a lot of scenes have the same songs from Sonic Adventure 2. When the arc rises, they play the same song that they do in the game. When Stone calls Robotnik, the Eggman song plays, and after the arc explodes, we get to hear the same song that played in the end of Sonic Adventure 2. There's even a few more musical references, and I love all of them, especially considering how the first 2 movies really had nothing like it. The ending of the movie is good, and it goes right into the post-credit scene where we see Amy and a bunch of Metal Sonics. I like how they made it a ton of Metal Sonics instead of just one, because honestly, after Shadow, just Metal Sonic wouldn't really feel like enough. I'm really excited to see where they go for the 4th movie, and whether it's going to be more like Sonic Heroes or Sonic CD. I'm very excited for the future of the franchise, and I'll definitely be there for every movie coming forward.